Alright, here we go. Story time. Just a tad bit of context is required for this actual story. So, I live in Belgium, right? In Belgium, we have a city called Antwerp. I used to live in Antwerp. Antwerp has a so-called red light district. Listen, the red light district is located in the old town center. That means it is literally close to everything, and people walk through it all the time, doing everything else but actually paying for sex. It is literally a couple of blocks. So when you're trying to get from point A to point B, and the red light district happens to be in between, you walk through. It's a normal, everyday thing. Very comparable to the red light district in Amsterdam, just not that famous and not that commercialized, but the exact same thing. That being said, let's jump right into the story. So this took place about 5 years ago. I had already underwent my jaw amputation and then reconstruction. It wasn't working out. My jaw kept getting infected and it was basically melting, rotting away. I looked like a mess. I had short hair, a big dented face. I was very, for lack of a better term, ugly. So one day, I found myself walking through the red light district on my way to meet a friend, not to pay for sex. But that being said, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking. Alright, sue me. I'm a straight male, 25 years old at the time, and yes, I was looking, paying attention, looking around. Curiosity, right? Mind you, this was an absolutely horrible time for me. My self-esteem was at an all-time low. I felt like a freak. I felt ugly. I was physically very weak and had lost a lot of weight from spending months upon months in the hospital being fed through a tube. I hadn't had real food for months, so I was weighing about 72 kilograms. For reference, right now I'm at a good 87, baby. That being said, I'm walking through the red light district. I'm looking around, not too confident. You could probably see the insecurity and the fear of actually locking eyes with an attractive woman right then and there. So I'm walking there, looking around, and this is where the story becomes less funny and more sad. All of these prostitutes that are posted up in their glass windows, they were literally making dirty faces at me, faces of disgust. I even saw a couple of them signaling to each other like, look at this guy, look at this freak. And right then and there, I learned two very valuable lessons. Lesson number one, people are gonna people. What I mean by that is, if there is one category of human beings that logically would be prone to be less judgmental, since they're constantly being judged and looked down upon themselves, it would be hookers, right? You would think they would have some sort of sympathy for a fellow human being, and they wouldn't be quick to judge because they know what it's like to be judged, and all they're doing is trying to feed their family, trying to pay their bills, trying to make a living, right? Wrong. You put a group of people on one side, and you take a sole individual and put him or her on the other side, that group is going to judge. Might have been from their own insecurity. Maybe they felt happy and content in a way that for once they could be the one, doing the finger pointing. They could be the one doing the judging. I really don't blame them. And that's not the point of this video. But I did realize that day that it was up to me to change my reality. I wasn't gonna get any help or sympathy from the cold outside world, even if I was a potential customer looking to pay for sex. Just think about that for a minute though. Like, their urge to make fun of my messed up face was so big that they really didn't mind ruining a potential business opportunity. Because let's be honest, a guy looking like me, like I did back then, in that current state, I would have taken me for a customer. I would have taken me for someone who is actually looking to pay for sex. Like, that's why I'm there. That wasn't the case, but how could they know? Obviously, I'm just assuming, but I can imagine that you can differentiate the people who are there to actually pay for sex and people who are just there out of curiosity. So I would reckon that most good-looking people don't go there to actually pay. So if I see someone like me, if I was a hooker, I would think, hey, for sure he's gonna pay because he can't get it in normal life, right? And still, they chose to mock me. Still, they had this urge to just point a finger and make fun of me. So it doesn't even matter if people have gone through the exact same thing that you're going through right now. That does not mean they will show sympathy towards you. Might even be the exact opposite. Because they go through the same thing on a daily basis, they potentially feel even more prone to judge you and point a finger. So that's the first thing I learned that day. Don't count on sympathy, don't count on people understanding, and best believe that help is not on the way. The second thing I learned that day is that you should never conform to the rules of superficiality. So I could have taken that experience and say, you know what? I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna work on my body, get a bunch of surgeries done, and I'm gonna come back looking so good that they're all gonna regret making fun of me, right? I could have used that as motivation, but I didn't. I went home and slowly started transforming myself into who I am today for me, because of me. Never for others, never for external people, never for the world. I don't give a damn about the world. I don't give a damn about those prostitutes. I don't give a damn about anyone on YouTube coming onto my channel, typing some nonsense about how hideous or ugly I look. It doesn't matter. I do this for me. All of this is for me. And guys, that is such an important lesson to learn. Live your life on your terms for you. Never try to appease or appeal to anyone. Because people are fickle, they're gonna turn on you at the drop of a hat. Because I did achieve that transformation. I did transform myself from a hospital patient looking like a skeleton, pale, ugly, insecure, into a young, vital Hercules. But I will never confuse the temporary respect and admiration which I'm receiving right now for authentic love. In that period of time, the only woman that would still love me and hug me close was my mom, my family, the people that are connected with you through blood. And that's why you should always take care and invest in your family. Because let me tell you guys one thing, when the chips are down, they're the ones still in your corner. Not the people who are partying with you when you were on top. Not the people who are high-fiving you when you were the man, the winner, the prom queen. They will disappear like this. Always strive to be the best version of you can be. Every day, try to get better. But never for them, only for you. Remember these words, guys. There is no light at the endless tunnel of trying to please and conform to people so they will accept you and respect you. And all I can say is, I'm so incredibly grateful that those women showed me that lesson that day. I will never forget them. And more importantly, I will never forget what they taught me. And that's the video, guys. That's all there is to it. I wish I could tell you more about some crazy prostitution sex stories, but unfortunately, that's where the story ends. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com if you're trying to get down with this life coaching over here. You want to make a change? Email me today. Thank you for watching. It's your boy Wounded Viking with the double pump, double barrel salute. Checking out. Do you need help making better decisions in your life? Are you lacking self-confidence and motivation to get things done? Hire me today and get a direct daily line of communication with me through video chat and audio messages. I operate on a week-to-week basis, so no long-term investment is required. 7 straight days of Viking advice will get you right on track. Email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com and change your reality. I'm ready whenever you are. See you soon.